Hello, my name is Shaynee Miller, and today we will be learning Perek Lamed Vav, chapter 36 of Tehillim, for the Shema B'Kola Tehillim project. Ilu Nishmat Sarah Rivka Bat Harav Nachum. The first sentence begins, Lamnatzeich la'eved Hashem l'David. Why the use of the double lamed? Is the psalmist trying to talk to two people or to two sides of a person? In Sefer Bereshit, Perek Aleph, Pasuk Chav Zayin, we are taught, Vayivra Elokim es ha'adam b'tzelmo. We are created in the image of Hashem, and we have free will, which leads us to the age-old question, what causes man to sin? When the Yetzer Hara wins over. In psychological terms, when does the id supersede its power over the rule of the ego and the superego, and a person loses to poor judgment and sins? He has no moral compass. David HaMelech starts this theme in Pasuk 2 of the Perek. Ne'um pesha l'rasha b'kerev libi ein pachad Elokim l'neged einav. Rashi helps us to understand this Pasuk, that the person has no fear of Hashem. There is no pachad Hashem before his eyes. The path of sin and transgression makes a man feel that Hashem is not concerned about his actions. It can be compared to a young child. I got away with one thing my parents didn't notice. Oh, now I can try more. A sinner feels free to pursue this path. So now we can begin to understand why a man continues on this path of wrongdoing. Rav Hirsch explains, in the train of thought of the Rasha, there is no room for Pachad Hashem, for fear of God. And he continues in Pasuk Gimel. Ki hechalit elav be'enov limtso avono limtso. Sin has paved a path of rosy glasses before the sinner's eyes. In the end, limtso avono limtso. Hashem hates the sinner, or the sinner hates anyone who tries to stop him. The sinner does not wise up. Pasuk Dalet. Divrei piv aven umirma chadal lahaskil lehitiv. We begin immediately notice the use of the double lamed again. The words of his mouth are iniquity and sin. Chadal lahaskil lehitiv. Again, the use of the double lamed. He uses his ability to do evil. Rav Hirsch points out, chadal, he has stopped using his speech or thought for good. Pasuk Hey. Avon yachshov al mishkavo yitzatzev al derech lo tov ra lo yim'as. On his bed he devises iniquity. He stations himself on a path of not good things, and he does not hate evil. Even on his bed he is deceiving bad deeds. And now the psalmist suddenly changes the tone of the Perek and begins part 2, the next 4 Pesukim. Hashem b'shamayim chasdecha emunascha ad shechakim. Tzidchascha b'harei el mishpatecha tehom rabba adam ubehema toshia Hashem. Ma yakar hasdecha Elokim uvenei adam b'tzel kanafecha yechesaryun. Yer v'zyun midesher beitecha v'nachal Adanecha tashkem. Rather, begin to think about what makes a man stay on the derech yashar. David HaMelech in these Pesukim talks about the world, the greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu from the upper limits of the skies down to the depths of the earth, the chesed that Hashem shows us. Man and beast, as he says, Adam ubehema toshia Hashem. Man and beast Hashem saves. These Pesukim recognize the greatness of Hashem all over the world and the goodness. The Cham Sofer shows us, Ma yakar chastecha Elokim, how precious is your kindness, Hashem. And he uses the word Elokim, that despite the fact that Elokim is a name referring to Hashem's harsh judgment, nevertheless we recognize it as pure kindness. The psalmist continues in Pasuk Chet, Ma yachkar chastechecha Elokim uvenei adam b'tzel kenafecha yechasoyun. The children find assurance, the people find assurance, b'tzel kenafecha yechasoyun, the wings that are the protection. Remember the clouds of protection that we had throughout the 40 years in the desert. Rambam translates kenafecha as a cloak, as a parent protecting his child. Hashem desires the chesed of our deeds. Pasuk Yud and Yud Aleph to me are a turning point in the Perek. Ki imcha makor chayim ubeorcha nir'eh or mishochas techali yodecha v'tzidchaschali yishrei lev. For with you is the source of light. By your light may we see light. For with you is the source of light. By your light may we see light. Rav Hirsch explains, light is indeed available to man. It is attainable everywhere and in each and every situation that life may bring. We will be able to see that light only if we seek enlightenment from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, from Hashem, and He grants it to us. Rav Hirsch continues from Tehillim chapter 97, Pasuk Lamed, Pasuk Yud Aleph, Or Zarua Lat Tzadik. Without it, Rav Hirsch continues, we would wander in darkness. Pasuk Yud Aleph, Mishochas Techali Yodecha V'tzidchaschali Yishrei Lev, and again the use of the double Lamed. Mishochas Techali Yodecha, to those who know you. Rav Hirsch points out that it is not always good to have so much goodness at one time. An abundance of good fortune is always an unmixed blessing. However, it is only Yod Echa, those who know Hashem, that we will be able to abide this lengthy delay in the coming of prosperity because they yearn to learn and to follow the ways of Hashem. And then he continues, V'tketchaschal Yishrei Lev, that righteousness which takes into consideration the particular needs of every individual, to those whose mind is still upright, Yishrei Lev, whose mind still strives toward that which is morally good and righteous. David HaMelech then shifts the Perek again to a plea. Al tevoi regel ga'ava v'yad v'sha'im al tegigeni. Let not the foot of pride overtake me, and let not the power of the lawless, or those who want to cause bad or sin, cause me to waver. The last pasuk, Sham naflu po'alei aven dochu v'lo yachlu kam. It is here that the workers of violence or iniquity will come to fall. They will be thrust down, and they will not be able to get up again. Sham is said to be not just a time, not just one time or one place. We will now go back to the very beginning of the Perek in conclusion. Lamnatseach le'eved Hashem, Rabbi Yehonas son Ibshitz states, Lamnatseach le'eved Hashem, victory in this war against the Yetzer Hara and doing bad and sinning is to the person who understands that he is Eved Hashem, the servant of Hashem, and that all his actions need to be dedicated to his master's will. Thank you.